Why Monaco have gambled on wildcard Pogba. When Paul Pogba was handed a 4-year doping ban in February 2024, it was as much a question of if as it was when we would see the Frenchman again. When that was reduced on appeal to 18 months in October, the if was taken out of the equation. The when remained partially unanswered, but it was then the where that was on everyone's lips. When an emotional Pogba put pen to paper on a 2-year deal in the quaint village of La Turbie at the end of June, we had our answer. Having not played since September 2023, it was AS Monaco who offered the 32-year-old a route back into the professional game, although they were far from the only interested party, even if clubs did bide their time following the expiry of his ban in March. There were links to the United States, Saudi Arabia and Japan, as well as teams in his native France. "We thought about signing Pogba, we wanted to do it," said Marseille sporting director Mehdi Benatia in February. "The problem is, if we want to bring in a Pogba who is not yet fit, does it make sense to alter the balance?" Benatia didn't rule out his side making an approach, but ultimately, because of significant doubts about the player's fitness, they didn't. Monaco did. Pogba's availability for no fee, following the termination of his Juventus contract, was not inconsequential to the Principality club's decision, even if, as Monaco chief executive Thiago Scuro pointed out, free agents have salaries too. Amid a financial crisis that has gripped the French game, Monaco, like everyone, are attentive to market opportunities, of which Pogba was certainly one of the most tempting. Pogba's signing was more symbolic of a shifting strategy at Monaco, one targeting the squad's age profile. They prioritise providing a pathway into the first team for their academy products, with Magnès Akliouche, Eliesse Ben Seguir and Sungutu Magassa recently making the step up. They also recruit young. George Ilenikena, Christian Mawissa and Lamine Camara were Monaco's most expensive summer recruits last season. None were above the age of 20. In the same summer, two of the most experienced players, Wissam Ben Yedder and Guillermo Maripan, left. By January, Scuro saw a need to adjust. "My understanding is that in the summer, with the goals that we have, we were becoming too young," said the Brazilian. "The next step that we see is getting the performance players on board. That is the challenge." Attempts to sign England midfielder Jordan Henderson from Ajax failed in January. Motassem Al-Musrati arrived instead on loan, but Monaco did not trigger an option to buy the Libyan. Monaco's pursuit of Pogba was more recent, with La Pioche visiting the club's installations in mid-May, meeting with manager Adi Hutter and president Dmitry Rybolovlev. Former England defender Eric Dier, another experienced head, also arrived for free this summer from Bayern Munich. "We want to keep our youth-centric strategy, balance it a little but not step away from it," added Scuro.